Spookala! Alright, we're getting ready for the very last panel of this Spookala, so don't be sad, be really happy because this panel is going to be really good. But after that, we're going to have the cosplay contest, so if you're somebody that's in the cosplay contest, you want to go over here to where Matthew Lillard's line extension was at 4 o'clock. You need to be over there behind the curtain at 4 o'clock so that you can meet the judges can get some stuff squared away with you, we get everything lined up, let you know what's going on, so we get started probably at 4:30, okay? Sound good? The other thing I want to make sure you guys know is that there's a ton of people that if you go to a show like this that are behind the scenes, I'm the one you see up here on the stage, but I can tell you right now, the people that work behind the scenes do so much stuff, days of setup, months of trying to put this show together. Without them, there is no show. So right off the bat, I'm just going to name off a few people real quick. Mike Latner, Kim Gilbert, Raymond, there's just so many people. I mean, I'm going to leave out 1,000 people, but just know that without them, there is no show. And there is one guy that I'm not allowed to give him a shout out because he said so. So I will not shout you out. But if I was going to shout him out, I would shout out Deej Galandry right now, okay? So since I'm not going to shout him out, what I need you guys to do for me is on the count of three, we're going to start chanting his name for no reason whatsoever, okay? So the count of three, you ready? 1, 2, 3, Deej, 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 Deej. All right, there we go. See, I told you, if I was going to shout him out, that's what I would have said, but I'm not going to shout him out. But I will tell you right now, his lovely girlfriend, Michelle, is right here, and she's not going to get on the stage. She said, no, I'm not going to get up there, but she's right here filming this for him. Okay, she's right here, see? All right, that being said, I don't want to take up any more of this amazing, amazing, amazing guest time. You guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Let's bring it on, Mr. Jamie Campbell!
Hello, everyone. Are you all having a nice time?
How you doing, man?
Good, thank you.
So I think you guys all agree, Jamie Campbell Bower could tell you that the sky is purple, and we all would believe it just because of the way that you say it.
That's because I'm English and I'm in America. Try saying that in England and they'll tell me to go fuck myself.
Right, but maybe if I went to England, it might be the other way around.
No, they tell you to go fuck yourself too.
Fair enough, fair enough. So you guys might recognize him from a little show that he was in. Does anybody know what show this guy's in?
Twilight.
The crowd just went completely insane. All right, so it's the last panel of the day. We do have an open mic up here. If you want to ask some questions of him, feel free. Make sure it's going to be one question, not a monologue, because we want to be able to get through as many as possible. All right, and now that last person who was running is done, okay, everybody is in there, get to the line, and then we're going to cut the line just because we want to make sure that we don't run until midnight tonight. All right, so Jamie. So the first thing, obviously people are here because you're in Stranger Things. So what was the process for you of getting the role, and were you like, holy crap, man, I'm going to be a part of one of the biggest worldwide franchises ever. This is pretty cool. Or were you like, man, I've been in Twilight. It's no big deal.
No, never. God, no. So the process was, I got a call from I was actually mixing some music in America. I got a call from my agent saying, Carmen Cuba is casting for Stranger Things. They need you to go on tape, like, tomorrow. So I was like, all right. So my brother and I, like, dropped everything and we did 2 tapes. One was sides from Hellraiser and one was from Primal Fear. So I did that. That was December. And then we had Christmas. I didn't hear anything. I then got a call back to do some fake sides of Vecna, but he was called a totally different name at that point. They were keeping it really secret, so I did that. And then a week or so passed, and I got a call saying, get on a plane, go meet Matt and Ross Duffer. And so I jumped on a flight, met the guys, and I kind of brought my little book of things that I thought the character was going to be with me, and then waited like another 3 weeks and got a phone call on a very hot day in Los Angeles, and got told I got the part, and I completely lost my shit. Like, you know, I think in this game, and well, not the game, but like in this industry and with the job that I do, you know, 90% of the things you go up for, you're not going to get, right? So you give as much as you can give, and when you fall in love with something, you fall in love with something. So whenever we get any job, I think we are all naturally incredibly grateful. And then, you know, you add into that fact that it's Stranger Things, and holy shit, man, like I just completely lost it. I have a photograph of myself. I was on a sofa, a couch, not too dissimilar to this, like a fake leather couch, and it was a hot day, and I was naked, and the back of the couch like stuck to my back. I'm not going to show you it.
So once again, the crowd just completely lost their mind.
I'm saying that for comedic effect, but it's also the truth. So yeah, I just was stoked and like super grateful, and yeah, like a dream come true, total dream come true.
So was it interesting for you to join a cast that was already worldwide famous, but they're much younger than you?
Yeah.
To join the cast and be like, here's these people that are much bigger celebrities, and I have to wait for them to bring me into their fold. How was that process about the younger actors bringing you into their fold and you becoming one of them?
Well, you know, I try to never focus on somebody's exterior celebrity when I meet them. I think it's futile and it's pointless, because ultimately at the end of the day we're all human, right? But what I did feel stepping into that is like I was joining a school, like I was joining a new school. So yeah, I just kind of, you find your way in that process.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? Since we have so many people on the line that is cut off right there, we're going to go to one of these people that are humans right here at the front of the line. So what is your name? See, is the QA mic on? Say something again.
Is the QA mic hot?
Okay, I guess that.
I'm going to put my sunglasses on. There's some lights that are blinding me.
All right, so try it again.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn.
Hi, Brooklyn.
And I'm a fan of the new band, Blood Magic.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to know, did you have any inspirations when you were making your first single, Death Will Birth?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to play in another band, and you know, I've spoken a lot about my inspirations. I think, you know, bands like Gallows are huge inspirations for me. We also had like a sort of movement in the UK with bands like Reuben and Hell is for Heroes. We love bands like that. Bush as well are big influences for us. I love Norma Jean. So yeah, like a bunch, but just like loud fucking music. Like Josh Skogan, who used to play in a band called The Chariot. I love that band. He now plays in a band called 68, which is like this two-man jazz fucking metal wild shit. Like it's dope. So yeah, I could talk about it for hours, but as long as it's like distorted and loud, yeah, I like it.
Well, that's amazing that she brought this up, because that was something we were going to talk about later. This dude just dropped a new single on Friday. And if you've listened to his other music, don't think you're going to have any idea what's going to be coming in the Blood Magic single, because he definitely decides to get some metal action going on in there. And it's really good. It's a really good single. So I'm glad you brought that up. See, I just crossed it off my mental list of what was going to happen up here.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, next up, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Crow. I was wondering, what's your favorite genre to act in, regardless of TV or film?
Favorite genre to act in, whether it's TV or film?
So, everything. I mean, everything. I love making television and I love making films. I think, you know, TV used to have a much smaller budget. TV now has a huge budget, so we used to be doing a lot more pages per day. But in terms of like how things are made, everything's very different. I mean, I just made a French film with a director called Audrey Tauane, who won Venice with her film Happening, which is about a young girl in the 70s in France when abortion was still illegal, who was sexually assaulted and then was seeking an abortion. And so, you know, her work is wildly feminist and incredibly beautiful. So to work on a film like that, where it's about how natural can you be, is so out of my comfort zone. Like, I felt so scared, but I loved doing it. I like making all things. I like just working with people that are going to push me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. All right, next up, coming up here to the mic, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi there, my name is
Hi,
Tara.
nice to see you.
I wanted to go back to your musical endeavor.
Blow close to the mic.
Oh, sorry. The video is absolutely amazing, but I'm wondering, is there going to be a full album? When? And is it going to tour?
You're so hungry.
I mean, it's so good, and I'm an audiophile.
The question was, is there going to be a full album and when? We have a wealth of material in our pockets. I don't want to jump the gun. That was always something for me when we started this project and when we were releasing this. I was like, I don't want to put something out and then have to feel like, oh my god, we've got to rush to catch up, so let's make as much as we can. So we've still got a bit more to go, like 30%, but we're we've got a wealth. We got a good pool of stuff that we're really happy with. It's ready to go. So yeah, we'll figure out a way to do that, and figure out a way to hand it over in the best way possible, and to make the art that we need to make.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, next up, here's my man Knox. Knox, what's going on, man? What's your question for Jamie?
I just wanted to say I love the variety you have in your work, and it shows in your music as well, with your solo work, your previous bands. I was curious, my question lost me. What made you want to get back to being in a band?
I don't know. Stupidity? I don't know about you, but I feel like the fucking world is falling apart right now. And heavy music for me is a real outlet for me to feel something in a world that I think doesn't want me to feel a whole shit ton, I think, sometimes, that I'm afraid of. A lot of the material that I write when I'm in that heavy world is to do with this idea of the descent and the journey through hell, and the letting go of fear, and the acceptance of self, and I think that's just where I'm at right now, that and probably my girlfriend. She was like, when are you gonna write some more heavy stuff? This country shit's weak. No, she didn't say that.
She implied it.
Yeah, but she a lot of people loved it, and I guess I just kind of picked up on that, and I just been thinking about it, and I've been writing heavy stuff secretly, but I don't know, I just was like, I'm into this, and I met Kyle, the drummer. He sent me a recording that he'd done of one of my country songs, and I was like, this is cool, but your drum sound is so gnarly. I know I can write you something that's gonna make you sound fucking amazing. And so that's what I did. I was like, I'm just gonna write a song that's gonna make your drum sound fat. And as we've progressed, it's just gotten louder and louder. It's just basically all drums now, which is great. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks a lot, man. All right, next up, what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Destiny. My question, if you could if I could be the next victim in Stranger Things, what would you do with your fear and your powers?
So if you were the next victim in Stranger Things, what would I do with my powers to you?
Yes.
Break your limbs.
That is awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This just took a really dark turn.
This is where I feel most comfortable. Is that worrying?
All right, so Henry Creel, meet Henry Creel. All right, let's.
This is Matt. Nice to meet you, Matt. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you, Jamie. Thank you so much for being here. So my question for you is, if you could play any other character in Stranger Things, who would it be and why?
Oh God, I don't know. I get asked this question quite often. I love Max, but I think I love Max because of the way Sadie plays Max. I think she's such a beautifully internal actress, which I love to watch. Elle is great, but then Millie plays Elle so beautifully. So I don't think I could do any other character justice. It's I can't imagine me playing someone like Dustin.
Here's your dad. You want to be singing Never Ending Story? Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. I'd be so bad though, because stick a camera in front of me, I am not funny. I freeze up. So I don't know, maybe Elle or maybe Max. I just loved Max's journey in season 4. I thought that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome, nice to see you.
All right, next up, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Sierra. I have 2 questions for you. My first one is, what advice would you give to an aspiring actor that wants to get in the business?
First of all, I think if we do any vocation, if we choose to chase anything artistic in this life, I think we have to do it for the sole purpose of loving what we do, right? I mean, I know it's very easy nowadays for young people to see actors or musicians or whatever and be like, oh, that's really cool, and like, I want to do that, and that's great, and I love that, and it's like, like, I know Bam is here, and like, I loved skateboarding growing up, and I wanted to be a professional skateboarder. I sucked so bad at it. I was just bad at it. So I would always just make sure that like your intention is pure with the reason that you're choosing to do the thing that you want to do. Secondly is do it. Like, join your local youth theatre. If there is I don't know if you have like National Youth Theatre here, but we have that in England. So it's like a free course over the summer. You go, you put on a play at the end of it. It's a great way to meet other people your age. It's a great way to meet potential people from the industry. But like, I was doing local youth theatre stuff when I was a kid, purely because of the fact that if I didn't do that, I would have been a total shitbag at home. And I loved it, I just absolutely loved it. So my advice would be, do it, first and foremost. Okay, yes, now we have things like YouTube and like, you can make your own things. I would just say create at any point in time that you can. Continue to be creative. That's the only advice that I can give. And if your intention is pure, the universe will answer. I'm a big believer in that. And I'm also a big believer in it working the other way around, professionally as well. When you choose something for the wrong intention, that is when it's going to fail. That is when it's going to fail. And I've had first-hand experience of that. So that would be my answer to you there.
Thank you, Jamie. I had one other question for you. So I am a huge fan of your music. It's amazing. I started guitar and they went back to voice lessons after you because I loved it so much, and I decided I wanted to write my own music. What advice would you give to an aspiring lyricist or musician, vocalist, any of them?
Read, listen, and write. You're welcome. That's it. Consume. Surround yourself with everything that you love. Surround yourself with the thing that fills you with the joy. As musicians and as actors and as creatives, I think at any point in time what we're trying to recreate is we're trying to recreate feeling. We're trying to convey emotion. When we listen to a song for the first time and it hits us in a way that we didn't expect, as musicians, it's what we're always trying to get back to. I want to walk away from my writing desk at the end of the day and be like, I fucking rock. I know it's a shitbag thing to say, but it's how I want to feel, right? If I go back to it the next day and it sucks, then that's okay. But like, that's what remains in the material, is that feeling, is that first-hand emotion. So consume as much as you can do. Don't let anything distract you from feeding yourself the thing that feeds your soul.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, good stuff. All right, coming up here. What's your name and what's your one question?
Hi, my name's Camille. Got it.
Camille.
Top of these games. Sorry. My question is, what was your favorite part about filming Sweeney Todd?
My favorite part about filming Sweeney Todd? All of it. I mean, I was working with Tim and Johnny and Helena and Sasha and Alan Rickman and Anthony Head was there, Christopher Lee was there, Timothy Spall was there. I mean, it's like, it's just amazing. Yeah, all of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next up, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name's Ariel, and my question is, what is your favorite song in the Stranger Things soundtrack?
What's your favorite song in the Stranger Things soundtrack?
Well, I don't know, probably Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. Thank you.
All right, next up, what's the name? What's the question?
First off, Jamie, I would believe you totally if you said the sky was purple. Not because you're English, but because you're you, and I've loved you ever since Twilight. But
You're making a conscious choice to fool yourself.
listen, I would. Then my question was, out of all the roles you played, which one do you think you can relate the most to?
All of them. I know this is going to be a bad question, but for any question that's going to be about for all the roles or for any movie that you've done, what's your favorite? It's going to be all of them, because for me they all capture specific moments in time, and I have to be able to relate to them. I have to be able to understand them in order to love them, in order to play them. So all of them. Yes, okay, I loved playing Marlowe. I thought he was amazing. It was great fun. It was a very chaotic and beautiful and sexy period of my life. But every character I've played has always had a bit of me in it. Thank you.
All right, good stuff. Next up, what's your name? What's your question? You can bend the mic up if you want. You don't have to bend down.
My name's Emily, and I was wondering if by chance you could use the Vecna voice on us right now.
No, I don't do it in public, but thank you for your question.
Okay, but I do have a different question. If you could write the ending of Stranger Things yourself, ignore what the duffers say, what would you have the ending be?
Everyone dies and I'm alive.
Beautiful ending.
He's just there alone.
Thank you so much.
Lonely and furious.
All right, so real quick, before we go to the next question up here, I've got a question, and if I steal your question in line, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're here at this convention with your younger self. You've got two versions of Henry Creel at this show.
Yes, that's right.
So when you guys...
Sorry, that felt very existential for a minute there. I didn't quite know what you were talking about.
We already saw you at the mic stand. So when you guys were putting the Henry Creel character together, did the two of you guys have any interaction? Did you take any pointers from him? Did he take any pointers from you about how you want this character to be? Or did you guys have no interaction whatsoever and it just kind of happened?
Yeah, no, so as far as I'm aware, I don't think Raphael even knew what he was playing when he came in to do it. I think they were keeping it so under wraps that, you know, that they wanted it to remain a secret from as many people as possible. One thing that, you know, I knew that we were going to have a younger version of Henry coming in, and one thing that I think I was very interested about when I saw a photograph of Raphael in the makeup trailer was the way I hold my facial structure when I'm playing the first version of Henry is very similar, if not exactly the same, to how his face naturally is. So I was like, when I saw a photograph of him and his eyebrows are just slightly raised up and it's almost like, you know, he's got that sort of youthful third eye thing going on, I was like, oh good, because I've been doing that already, so thank God they've chosen somebody who's just got that naturally. So no, you know, we didn't have much interaction at all, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, sorry.
That's not a sorry, no, that's actually really interesting. Have you gained any kind of friendship or you have any kind of interactions with him since then? Be like, hey man, you did a good job being me.
Oh, bless you. No, we've seen each other out and about at a few conventions, and yeah, he's a sweet kid.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. You know what? After that pause, now we're going back to the mic stand. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, Jamie.
Hey.
I'm Tanette. We met earlier.
Yeah, we did.
My question is, during the franchise Stranger Things, when you got basically added to the cast, how did you feel about basically being Vecna as far as the image, the costume? How was your reaction to that?
I was fucking stoked. There's a video of me saying to Barry Gower online when I first tried Vecna on, I said, I think I'm in love. And I meant it, you know, I was obviously, it felt like a big opportunity, and to work with Barry again, I've worked with Barry a couple of times, was awesome, and Duncan too, so yeah, I was overjoyed to be working with these masters of their craft, and yeah, it was just very cool, very cool.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
All right, good stuff. All right, coming up here. What's your name?
Hello.
What's your question?
My name is Jador, like the perfume. And my question...
Like the French word for I love.
Yes. And my question is, as an artist... Oh, first of all, actually, I want to say something. Congratulations on 9 years of sobriety.
Oh, thanks.
You've done so many amazing things. Anyway, my question is, as an artist, how do you deal with, like, fear of showing your work? Like, sometimes, like, when I go to show my work to someone, I'm like, oh my God, is it it really good? Is it really not? You know, I don't know what they're gonna think. So how do you?
I hate releases. Like we finished like for the last song that we put out. I must have finished that we must have tracked and finished that sometime in January. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we tracked it in January. We shot the video in January, and I wanted to release it the next week because I hate releases. I hate the fear. I hate the anticipation. I can't stand it. And we're now what? Are we April? Yeah, kill me now. I've had to sit in that fear for like 3 months. It's awful. I mean, like, even with Stranger Things, I left the premiere of the show, which, you know, we had like a big screening for friends and cast and crew and, you know, to show the world. I left the screening. I was like, I don't want to be sat in here when people are seeing this. It's terrifying. You know, Rick Rubin says don't hold your own work hostage, and I totally agree. Like, I totally agree. There is a point where you just have to go, right, fuck it. Like, I'm putting this out, and like, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. So for me, what I do is I just focus on what I'm doing in the moment. I don't want to think about, forgive me, I don't want to think about you. I want to think about me, you know? It's like, I want to be creating that in that moment for me, and I want to be doing that because it means something to me. And hopefully, if I'm being honest and I can feel it, then hopefully other people will feel it too. Hopefully, that's the goal, right? But I want to be doing that in that moment for me. So I tend now not to worry about the process of handing it over during the creation. But yes, the handing it over is bullshit. It's awful. It's awful. Wouldn't recommend it.
Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're welcome.
That's a good question, thank you. All right, next up, what's your name? What's your question?
Again, I'm Kate. I'm sorry for my French accent. But I had this question. When you get a script, how do you read it and think how you're going to get into that character? Is there anything that you do to really get into it?
Hey, Henry, I got a question. Sorry, Jamie, I got a question. Do you want her to just ask you it in French?
Oh my god, please do, but my French is terrible. Go on.
Okay. Quand tu lis un script, comment est-ce que tu te mets dans la peau de ton personnage?
Amazing. Thank you. Yes. Alright, twofold answer to that. One is if I'm auditioning for something and I don't have much material to go on, because generally you don't have a lot of material when you're auditioning, I will go on instinct and I will go on gut feeling and gut emotion. The French film I was talking about, the Audrey Dewan movie, when I got that, about 20 minutes before I did the tape, I fully cried. Like, I just burst into tears. And I was like, alright, this means something, this is going to be beautiful, I'm going to love this experience, I'm going to go for it. When I get the job, it's then up to me to do the work. And the work is, like I was saying earlier, surround myself with the art that is similar, familiar, characters I want to pull from. I make notes, mood boards, music, whatever. So yeah, that's what I do.
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you.
All right, next one. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, my man?
Hi, what's your name? Cal.
What's the question you got, man?
My question is, what song would you play to get out of Vecna's mind control?
What song would you play to get out of Vecna's mind control?
Okay, well, I answered this question when the show came out, and I was really stupid because I said something that I now have to continue to say, and it's a song that you might not know because you're quite young, but it's called Party in the USA.
I know it.
You know it?
Yes.
I'm sorry that's my answer, but that's my answer.
Okay.
Long live Miley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so really quick, before you go on to the next question, this actually brings up a point that I wanted to talk to you about. So, you stated that to get into the character of Vecna, that you listen to a lot of old school black metal. You listen to bands like Carpathian Forest and Mayhem, which you're actually here with Rory Culkin, who got to play Euronymous.
Which is such a good film about that band as well, you know, and not often seen. So yeah, that's pretty cool for me.
So what was it that made you decide I need to go listen to the most evil, darkest bands, like that, the grimmest bands you could possibly find? I'm not trying to answer the question for you, but what made you decide, I've got to literally listen to this band and that band, and that's my thing to get me to be Vecna?
I mean, I suppose I was fucking around in the darkness so much. I was in that space, and I think with black metal and those kinds of bands, what I love most about them is that they're living it, and I think that when you enter into that space and you're looking for music that's going to inspire you, you have no choice but to be drawn to them. I was just looking for the thing that sounded the most like death. And, bands like Mayhem, even a band like Revenge, I don't know if you've heard Revenge, but those guys that literally sounds like hell. I loved it. It just was like, all right, this is going to be the thing for me that's going to help me to get into the space that I need to be in, because they were in there. It's not, I'm not trying to be a purist, but like, it's not poser, it's real, it's like huffing on a dead animal before you walk out on stage. It's like, damn.
That's not what he did, that's what one of the guys at Mayhem did, so yeah. So did you, by trying to get yourself that deeply into the character, did you ever find yourself going, okay, I'm going too far, or maybe I'm letting myself get too deep into that? Did you ever have to find a way to kind of reel yourself back out of being the deepest, darkest version of Vecna?
Well, yeah, because it also like bled into Henry too. And I'm going to tell you something that's pretty weird. So Marty Blair, who played a young version of 11, we did like a face, well I say we, I didn't do it, but the show did a face replacement of her. Like the most adorable kid. I loved her to bits. I thought she was just the sweetest little thing. But there's a scene in episode 7 where I have to walk up to her after killing 2. And like I'm walking up to this kid who I've established a friendship with at this point. And all I can hear in the back of my head, and forgive me here, is just hit her. Just like smack her. And like we did the take and I was like, I need to get the fuck out of this room like now. Like I went outside, I was like, I'm gonna take 5 minutes, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and just like chill out. So yeah, I think definitely there were parts of it where all of a sudden the mind was unaware of where it really was, all of a sudden it felt like I was actually living it, which is what I hope for. Those are the moments that like really fill me with joy. That's when I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. But it's just being able to have the self-control of being like, oh, okay, no, this is all just make-believe, like let's make sure that we're still okay. But like I have a great circle of friends and I know how to look after myself now in my old age and in my sobriety too. I know what's important to me. I know what matters, and so nature really helps reground me again when I'm feeling particularly mental. So yeah.
That's great. I freaking love that answer. That's awesome. All right, next person, come on up here to the mic.
Hi, nice to see you.
What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, Sarah. Actually, 3 of my questions have been answered already. So
Pull up closer to the mic.
I just have one question for you. The rest have been answered already. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh Lord, I haven't done karaoke forever.
If you were forced right now at Spookala to do a karaoke song, and you couldn't get off the stage without doing it, what would it be?
Well, I'm a bit sick, so I would do like Tom Waits' Postcard from a Hooker in Minneapolis. Is that what there's something like that? Because it's just super low and gravelly. I do something like Tom Waits right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, how you doing, man?
This question's from my mom over there.
Hello, Mom.
Where's your mom at? Where's your mom at?
Oh,
Mom, wave. Where you at, Mom? Hey, how you doing, Mom? Wave!
I'm not shy. Look at you go.
Yeah, and do you want to ask a question?
Sorry, not the question.
I'll ask it. What if you could have any role in any movie, what would it be?
Holy shit. What would be my dream role?
So you mean of a movie that's already happened, or a dream role in the future?
One in the future.
Oh, I'd love to play Hades, the god of hell.
That's a great one.
That'd be fun. Happy?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, Mom and Son. With no names, just Mom and Son. All right, next time, coming up here to the mic.
Hello again, my love.
You can pull the mic down.
have done, what is a scene that just lives rent-free in your head, like it replays in your head, whether it can be based on the scene partner, you just had a connection to it, any scene?
Well, doing these, obviously, I get asked a lot about Stranger Things, and I think that scene in episode 7, you know, between Henry and Eleven is so prevalent in my mind. I mean, you know, it took 3 days to shoot that monolith, and it was just amazing. Millie is amazing, and I love working with her. So I would think that one. Also, there's a scene in a show I did called Will, where like I'm naked and I'm being like, sort of like, I'm in an orgy with like 7 men. That lives rent-free in my head pretty often.
For the record, I think that now is living rent-free in like
In a few people's heads, yeah.
Yeah, they all just, you can see them all just short circuit when you just said that.
Thank you.
Right there, definitely you right there. I saw you short circuit, I saw it.
Oh, I can make the worst jokes right now. Please come forward. Quick.
Hi, I'm Avery. My question would be
Come on, a little bit closer to the mic so we can hear you. There you go.
So, as an actor, what's your favorite part of being able to attend conventions?
Oh, bless you. That is such a nice question. I'm going to repeat it just in case people didn't hear it. She asked me, as an actor, what's my favorite part of being able to attend conventions? Now, I've come to the realization recently, again, in my old age, that I always thought this, and I always knew this about myself, you know, like, it's not about me, right? It's never about me. It's about the work. But what I've now come to realize on top of that is I love music, I love film, right? And it's there for me in my best times, and it's there for me in my darkest times. So when I get to meet all of you, and you all say thank you for being a part of something, you know, thank you for being this character or that character, I now understand that, like, it's the same thing that I feel about movies and cinema and music too. It's like, I just was fortunate enough to be in something, a very small part of something that meant so much to people like you, and that's a real privilege for me. So that's what means the most, is coming here and feeling that from you, and the gratitude, and that's shared and that's respected, because honestly, without you who watch the art or listen to the art that we make, we can't make the art that we make. So there's a mutual respect there. So that's what I love the most, is just sharing in that moment, sharing in that honest, real, beautiful connection.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, look at this. Man, she was hiding. I didn't even see her on the line.
Hello.
You can move the mic down if you'd like.
How long does it take you to become Vecna?
7.5 hours in makeup, but 3 days of just staring at the wall, shouting at myself.
Hey, what was your name though? You didn't tell us your name. What was your name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, it's nice to see you again, Aaliyah. We met earlier. Are you having a good day? Good, bless you. Bye, love.
All right, next up, the man in the Bart Simpson shirt. What's
Hey,
going
buddy.
on? What's your name, big man?
Silas.
Hi, Silas. Nice to meet you.
Ask him what's his favorite band. He wants to know what's your favorite band.
What's my favorite band? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I have so many. I really, really don't know. That's a very difficult question to answer.
He listens to Korn, Linkin Park.
We love Korn. We love Linkin Park, keeping the new metal scene alive. Thank you. On behalf of everyone born pre-1990. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. How does that sound? Sound good?
You're also very hot.
Thanks.
Bye, Silas. Nice to meet you, bud. Hello. Is it the dog that's got a question?
You can pull the mic up. Absolutely pull the mic up.
Woof.
Sorry, I said this thing.
First, what's the dog's name?
Winnie? Like Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie, like Winnie from, isn't the dog's name in,
Lily?
oh, Lily?
No, Millie has the same dog.
No, But what about in Silence of the Lambs? What's the dog's name in Silence of the Lambs? It's the same dog. Precious. That's right.
Well, he is precious.
He puts the lotion on its skin.
So my question is, I love the Mortal Instruments a lot, as well as Stranger Things. Now those are two vastly different characters.
Yes.
One's like really, really good, and then one is really, really evil. How do you like playing the really, really good versus the really, really evil characters?
Well, this is a long-winded answer, so strap in. I think all characters are... What I love most about what I do is that I get to discover what makes people who they are. So I never approach a character being like, oh, this guy is just purely evil and they're just going to do a bunch of weird shit and that's what they're going to do. It's like, why do you do that? What's made you that way? And me, personally, I believe that in real life, too. And so, as far as like good and evil are concerned, I don't think it's that simple. I really don't think it's that simple. And yin and yang, it shows us that. There's a bit of light in the dark and there's a bit of dark in the light. So, with regards to that, yeah, no, I just enjoy well-rounded characters. And it's always irritating if you have to do a show or something where the character isn't well-rounded, because then you're like fighting in the dark. You know, it's like scrambling around looking for something, being like, I need some form of foothold here to be able to figure out why this person is doing what they're doing. Can't just randomly go and do something. Nobody randomly goes and does something. Nothing happens by accident, you know. I mean, yes, things do happen by accident, but nobody does things by accident. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the answer I have for you there.
Sweet, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to do a little bit of speed round now, just to make sure we get everybody's questions in. So, real quick, what's your name? What's your question? And we're gonna try to do speed round through everybody else's.
I'll try and be quick. Sorry.
No, don't be
I'm
sorry.
English.
No, that's all good. That's good.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello,
My
love.
name's Megan.
Hey.
And my question is, what's your favorite scary movie?
Scream. I went to go see it in the cinema. I'm fairly certain I touched my first boob to that movie.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next up, how you doing? What's your name?
My name's Reagan, but I'm asking a question for my friend Ayla, who isn't here.
Okay.
She wants to know who your favorite or least favorite cast member was to work with on the set of Stranger Things.
How about we just go with favorite?
Yes. I hated them all. No, I love working with Millie. I love working with Mills, and I love working with Sadie. They are just the two very different, but very brilliant and talented performers. So yes, I loved going into work with those guys.
Also, my friend Ayla wanted you to say hi to her because she's a really big fan.
What's her name?
Ayla.
Ayla. Hey Ayla, what's up?
All right, next up, how you doing? What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Sasha.
Hey Sasha.
I just want to say, is there going to be a final battle between Vecna and 11 in season 5?
You're asking me if I can tell you about season 5. Get to the back of the line. I'm not saying anything. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Sarah, and my question is, settle the debate. What would the character prefer to be called? And if your answer is different, then what would that be? Henry, Vecna, 1, or D, none of the above?
Henry. I mean, I think he considers himself still to be a person ultimately at the end of the day. So yeah, Henry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So what was the debate? What was the debate?
What's the character's English?
Oh, no. I mean, like, what side of the debate were you on?
Me? It depends on the scene.
Yeah, visuals play an important aspect, I think, for the viewer, but I think for me, I always just believe that he was a human, regardless of what form he's in.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
All right, next up, what you got for us?
My name is Landon, and my question is, what's your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's movie character?
What's your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's movie character?
Yes.
Anton, I'm so sorry, mate. I've never seen it.
Oh, well, once you see it, next time...
I'll tweet you.
Once you see it, message him, send him a text, and let him know.
Got it. It's nice to see you again, bud. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right, coming up. somebody help her get the
Nice
mic
to see
stand
you.
up? She's like, okay, there you go. She
I got it.
Good work.
My question for you is, if the opportunity presented itself for you to sort of hop back into the musical theater space, would you be interested?
Yeah, if it was
Yeah?
the right thing. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I mean, I love Dear Evan Hansen and I love Wicked. And
I feel like you would tear up Christian, Moulin Rouge.
oh yeah, nice.
You do so good.
Thank
Just
you.
anything you achieve, anything you aspire to do.
Oh,
Love you
thank
so much.
Love you too. Appreciate you.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, what do we got? 4 more people on the line. Let's go through it. Okay, what's your name, man? What's your question?
I am Brayden. I was kind of curious.
Come a little bit closer to the mic, please.
So I was wondering if you could bring anybody from like outside of the Stranger Things cast into the show, who would it be?
Talking about like a character or like a real human being?
Like an actor. Like if you could bring any other actor, just
Doug Bradley. Brad Dourif. Do you know who Brad Dourif is? Have you seen The Exorcist 3? I know I think it was Jeffrey Dahmer's favorite movie as well, which is fucking worrying. Dourif appears towards the latter, I think it's the latter third of the film. They go to this mental asylum to go and, I can't quite remember why they go there. They go there to meet this guy who's supposedly been possessed, and he does the most incredible performance of anyone I've ever seen, and it is not many people have seen it. And Dourif is he's just fucking tapped. The guy is out of control, and out of control good. So yeah, Dourif and Doug Bradley, those would be my answers. And I believe Dourif got nominated for an Oscar after his first performance on screen in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest as well, which, talk about a fucking entrance. What a hero. But yeah, those are my answers.
Alright, thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks a lot. All right, coming up next.
Hello.
Hi.
What's in your cup?
Lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I missed like the first couple questions, so I apologize if somebody's already asked you. But you just dropped a song the other day, and it's fucking incredible. So I was just asking about that project, and are you doing like a full album release, and when are we doing that? If that's
Yeah, we were asked about this earlier. So yeah, it's a whole new project. Are we going to do a full record? We have a lot of material. In time, things will come in time. Yes. But we're not chasing our tail, is my answer. You know, like we were very conscious of the fact that once we put one thing out, we were going to have to keep going. So this is not the first thing that we've tracked. You know, we've got a lot more stuff. So yeah.
super excited. The video was really cool.
Thank you. We've had a really good time making it. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so real quick, before we have these last 2 questions, you guys are going to get to be a part of something that started happening today, which has been kind of fun. So we have our photographer for the show that, like a complete doofball, my brain short-circuited. I was calling him the wrong name yesterday. It was so stupid. I've known him for a while. I'm like, what in the heck was I doing? So today, we have to call on the power of the audience to summon him to the stage. So everybody needs to just say in your creepiest voice, Corey. So come on with me. Corey.
I think I'm having an orgasm.
We summon you to the stage, Corey. Alright, so watch. Hopefully we'll see in a couple of minutes, maybe. The show photographer may have just been summoned to the stage. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens.
Awesome. Thank you.
All
Sorry. I need a Kleenex. This is why I shouldn't do these things.
How you doing? What's your name?
My name is Ray, and I wanted to ask if you could be anybody in the entire universe, fictional or non-fictional, dead or alive, for 24 hours, who would you be?
If you can be anybody in a day in their life, fictional for 24 hours, so is it fictional or non-fictional? Okay, fictional or non-fictional, you can just go be somebody else for 24 hours. Who would it be?
Oh God, I don't know. don't know what to say because I've got loads of political things I want to say and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Wankers in power who don't deserve to be in power and are ruining our fucking lives so I can just go and end it. Thank you.
So he'd probably be in their lives for about 13 minutes and then it would be over with.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a day, that's for sure.
All right, so while we see if our summoning worked, so you obviously cannot talk about any of the details of Stranger Things Season 5, but what you can say is, what was it like knowing that you were going to be on the scene, on the set with these people, and knowing that this was now going to be a finite end to this amazing cast, this amazing family of actors and actresses that you had there? Was it difficult knowing that this is now going to be the conclusion of your time with them as this group? Did anybody have more of a particularly difficult time? Do you think you had the most difficult time, or was there someone else that had a more difficult time with knowing that this thing was going to be ending soon?
I don't think about this thing ending. I think about it day to day. I really do. I think about what is my goal for the day, you know, like what is my intention here, what am I stepping into? I think I'll probably end up feeling that it's the end at the end. I mean, like at the end of season 4, you know, I didn't expect to feel emotional at the end of season 4, and I was in full Vecna makeup at like 4 in the morning in front of the whole crew, blubbering, you know, so I think I'll feel that when we get to the end, but knowing I was coming back to play a character. Now I think that as far as I know, I think I've only ever played one character that's returned, and that character, you know, I was very young, it was in Twilight, you know, it was like how sassy, blonde, and pale can you be? And I was like, alright, I can do that forever, that sounds like fun. But with Vecna, and I think with this character, it's like, there's a lot more humanity to it, and I'm older, and you know, and I understand my job more, and I understand how I like to do things more. So for me, as I go through a process of continuing a journey with a character, there's a growth that happens with that, and that growth cannot be and should not be stopped. So I have to grow with that. And so it's work. It's still work, you know? I still go in there and I'm like, all right, what do we got to do? What's our intention? What's our motivation? Who am I gonna fuck up and why?
So for those out there that I think have been kind of excited, especially you right there, about your career, is there anything that you have upcoming that you are able to talk about, or you want people to be on the lookout? Obviously, you just dropped a new single, so it's not like you've got something coming out tomorrow.
Bless you. I have 3 movies coming out this year. I did a movie with Kevin Costner called Horizon, which is a Western, which is absolutely amazing. In fact, I think it has one of the guests who was here last year, Michael Rooker.
Oh, Michael Rooker is the best.
So we got Rooker in that, we got, you know, Sam Worthington, Sienna Miller. I mean, just like the most amazing group of people, and the film just looks beautiful from what I've seen. So we got that coming out in the summer. I've got a French film called Emmanuel, will be coming out this year. And then I made a movie with Chuck Russell, who directed Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Yeah, I made a movie with Chuck last year, so that's going to be coming out this year, and that's a very new and exciting way of putting art out, I think. I don't want to say too much because I don't know too much, but our funding came from not normal sources. I don't mean drug deals, I mean like sort of the internet-based finance world, crypto,
crowdfunding, Kickstarter,
all of that kind of shit. So like I think there's going to be something to do with Web3. I know nothing about this kind of stuff, you know, and they're going to kill me for saying this. So I think there'll be something to do with that in there, I don't know. So yeah, 3 movies coming out this year, and then, you know, working on Stranger Things, and then Blood Magic, more Blood Magic as much as possible, so yeah.
So there you go, you guys got your answer. There will be some more Blood Magic coming out soon. All right, so I don't know, I'm really surprised that our, come on, ready, let's do it again, ready? This is what's what's going to happen. This is the end of the panel. You are going to stand up. You're going to get it. Don't get any closer than the mic, because if you get closer than the mic, you will not be seen. So Jamie and I are going to stand up. We're going to face this back wall, and Drew is going to get an amazing picture that's going to go on the Spookala website.
So everybody sees. So sweet and kind this weekend. I hope you've had a really good time. This has been an awesome event. The vendors are amazing, staff is amazing. Yeah, thank you so fucking much. This is really cool. So, y'all take care. It's been a blessing.